Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, the official CRG, and today I want to talk about why most Americans are living check to check and some things you can do to help free up some extra cash. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any weekly episodes and posts. You can find video of this episode strictly on YouTube, but the audio everywhere else. Now, within the past couple of years, pricing on things such as gas, food, and energy costs have significantly increased due to government overspending and the increase in crude oil, which is one of the main factors in gasoline, causing massive inflation, leaving people with little to no money and debts that they can't pay off. For example, more than 34% of workers say that they are living paycheck to paycheck, not having enough money for savings after bills. 59% of Americans say they are uncomfortable with their saving capabilities. And 50% of credit card holders hold a debt month to month due to the crazy increases and overall inflation. And that's only talking about the few things out of many more, because mortgages and rents have also gone up, making it harder for homeowners and the younger generation like myself. Now, unless you're a multimillionaire or some giant corporate CEO, you have or are struggling with this inflation. And here are some things you can do to make sure you have some extra cash. So, if you're in a check to check situation, one of the best things you can do is figuring out where your money is going and see if you can cancel or maybe get that money back. Now, that can be through apps, subscriptions, newsletters, whatever you pay on a monthly basis. If it doesn't help you right now, then get rid of it, because it doesn't make sense for you to be in a tight situation paying $20 a month for a couple of TV shows when you can use that $20 to put in your savings or even pay for a couple of meals. Also, when it comes down to the grocery shopping, you can cut down on your spending by still making the same meals, but just with the cheaper ingredients. And now, yes, maybe it won't be a Michelin star meal and it might not be the best, but you would be surprised with how much you can feed a family with $10 to $20 if spent right. Lastly, when it comes to freeing up some extra cash, it can be something as simple as just putting your hobbies and fun on hold. And I know that's something we all don't want to do or even hear, but it's something that we have to do in order to make sure that we can eat and pay bills, especially in a time like today. Because if you're going out dropping $50, $70 every single weekend, blowing half of your check, what are you going to do in the future when it just gets worse and then you have groceries and bills all hit that same week? You're not going to have any savings, you're not going to have any money, and then you're just going to be stressed out and struggle and have to work extra hours because you decided to go spend that money on partying and having fun instead of playing it smart. So, if you're living check to check and want to make sure you have some extra cash, the best thing to do is make a budget, see where that money is going, and see if there's anything you can do about it. Things like bills, electrical, car insurance, we have to pay that. So, make sure that money is automatically set aside. And then with that extra money, that's where you see you can change. Like I said, if you're paying $20 for that subscription, you can save that money and use it later on instead of pushing that money out for a couple of TV shows when you are struggling financially. But with that said, today's quote is by Dave Ramsey. He once said, 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 7 out of 10 people you walk past going down the sidewalk are broke. You can model your life after them and you will be one of them. Or you can mode your life after weird people, because wealth is unusual. It's not normal, so you have to engage in unusual behaviors and habits to create unusual results. I appreciate you tuning in. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is the Dowden Podcast.